I myself suffered from infertility.
At one time, Eileen Ramos thought she would never have a child. Today, she's reminded of her blessing as she scrolls through cell phone pictures of her daughter.
I have a wonderful partner, but I have endometriosis, and endometriosis is not a choice. It is a disease.
To beat it, she had to seek help from a fertility doctor, and she's not alone.
So I have PCOS. That's 1 in 10 women have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which one of the biggest symptoms of that is infertility.
Marissa Reeder, along with her husband Steve, quickly discovered that in order to have their baby, many insurances don't cover fertility care services.
And I've actually had 3 different insurance plans during all of that because my employer changed coverages, and none of them covered any infertility care.
As some women come forward with their stories, one particular group of women remains silent on the issue.
Traditionally, we think it's not our struggle.
Rhonda Wright, a physician assistant at Reproductive Associates of Delaware, hopes that will change in the Black community.
We have to have conversations. We're talking about politics, we're talking about everything else. We need to talk about infertility because it's there.
But according to new mom Daisy Stanley, it can be difficult to open up about infertility.
When you're trying and nothing is happening, you kind of feel like there's a stigma on you that, you know, she can't have kids, and that also plays on your, you know, insecurities.
Chris, Daisy's husband, also weighed in on why Black women may be hesitant to talk about not being able to conceive.
One thing about the African community as well, just to take an outsider's perspective, is not only is there pressure about not to talk about it, but there's the pressure to produce. The expectation is you are, as a wife, you're going to have kids.
However, the reality is far beyond some couples' imaginations.
Roughly 1 in 8 Delawareans are struggling with infertility. I believe the number is much higher. Of those who are diagnosed, about 75% cannot afford treatment. So they receive a diagnosis and have no means to pay for care.
That's why legislators are bringing attention to infertility through Senate Bill 139, the Delaware Fertility Care and Preservation Bill.
I had introduced it because a patient advocate approached me, and I didn't realize the way that the insurance gaps currently exist. My wife and I were pregnant at the time and getting ready to have our first child. And as I've learned more about it, as I've heard more people's challenges and struggles they've gone through, sometimes successfully, sometimes not, it's the right thing to do. Senator
Townsend says the proposed piece of legislation potentially benefits the economy as well.
It's an economic competitiveness issue for Delaware. I mean, Jersey and Maryland offer good coverage. So we lose young employees, young residents to those states because they want to start a family and they've got to go there.
Supporters of the bill love this state so much they're committed to helping Delaware couples affected by infertility.
And it's just kind of shocking that something so prevalent in the population is sort of looked at as not important in insurance coverage.
This is a family building issue. This is not a policy proposal that belongs in any political party. It is something that should unite us all.
It would bring a lot of couples from hiding, because now they can say, okay, now we have hope to try.
You know,
you have option to try.
The option to try certainly helped the Stanleys expand their family.
You know, when we find out that we were going to have him, it was it was such a joy and such a relief, you know, knowing that I'm finally going to be a mom.